heading back home.
South,
yes. Today we're heading south, and we're on the Stuart Highway. We're unsure where we're stopping tonight. It just depends how many kilometres we can smash out in one go before it starts to get dusk, because neither of us particularly want to be on the road when that happens. So stick with us and roll intro.
this is why it's so important to have CB radio when you're travelling on these outback roads. This is the Stuart Highway, and we're probably, I don't know, what are we, 150 k's out of Darwin now?
Yeah, probably.
And we heard this one coming on the radio. It's 4.7 metres wide.
What would you say, 7 metres wide?
No, 4.7.
About 47 metres northbound, the 136k bridge.
There you go. It's pretty big.
It is pretty big.
Keep going in the caravan, get out the rails, please.
That's not us they're talking about. I don't know quite. It looks like it's sort of earth movers. It's ain't just on there, isn't it?
Come to the bridge in Lily at 137.
That'll be it. We're good to go. So we've stopped at the Larrimah Hotel, or Pink Panther pub, or whatever it's called. This is our first stop of the day. Yeah, that picture is actually really famous, but not with the Pink Panther in there. It was a really big picture in the 80s. Pink Panther on his not a tandem, it's a quadrum. It's four, no, three. I don't know. Cool looking. We're sitting out here, eh? So this is this Larrimah Hotel is also a caravan park. We need to get some more K's under our belt, so we won't be staying here. But yeah, great little pub. And of course, as a great friend of mine once said, and he still says, it's un-Australian to drive past an outback pub. Alright, so we've made it to Daily Waters, just stopping here for fuel. Another 130 $115 in, and we're going to see where we end up now, heading south. Everything in the Northern Territory seems to be a little bit unusual.
Bit quirky.
Either the plane crashed there or it was parked there at some point anyway. Alright, that is us done for tonight. We've had a pretty full day today. We've come all the way from Darwin, obviously, to a campground which is in a place called Pamayu. Now it's we're about 200 k's from the Barkley Highway turnoff. No, probably 150 actually, and it's just a gravel pit on the side of the Stuart Highway. Flies are back, but not quite as bad. We're the only ones here, so we've got it to ourselves. We're not going to bother with fires or anything or getting any gear out, because we'll be off again tomorrow morning. But Tanya's just doing us some food. I'll show you the lay of the land here. So we called it a day because the sun was starting to go down, and it's not wise to continue once the sun goes down. Once you get to dusk, you get a lot of wildlife coming out, and I didn't want to hit anything. So but yeah, this is us leaving it all connected. She's pretty level as well. There's a fire pit just there, so there's plenty of room here. There's room for probably a few vans in here. I don't know whether anyone else will come in. We've opened the van up to give it some air. So it's that time of day. I've had one beer earlier at the pub, and now it's time for a Jameson Dry and Lime, which are really nice, 6.3%. I've got to say, they go down pretty well. Good morning everyone. You catch us leaving this free camp that we stayed at last night.
Just a gravel pit.
It's just a gravel pit at the side of the road. I will put a little screen capture of wiki camps at the bottom, or right now. And yeah, it's not a bad one, is it? No. It was reasonably quiet.
It's just a little bit of road train
get a little bit of road train noise, but nothing serious. There are a lot of tracks leading off. We stayed on the main gravel track right near the road, not too far from the road, just out of sight of people driving past, but fairly close. So when you drive in, you've got like a gravel area that you can stay in, and then there's tracks going off of that go further in. You can follow them all the way to the end. There's a huge camping area right at the very end, but it is, from what I can see, more of a red scurrier, like clay. So you probably wouldn't want to do that if it was raining, but if it's dry you can drive down. A little bit scratchy, it's quite narrow for your caravan, but no big trees, it's just bushes. We didn't choose to do that. There was only one other camper van in this area, and I'll put the drone footage in to show you the area.
Yeah.
So we're heading out to Berkeley Homestead today, so onto the Berkeley Highway and heading out and NT into Queensland.
Yeah, we don't know, we're not sure yet whether we're going to stay there or not. We'll just see.
We're going to head there and see how we feel afterwards. Yeah. So we took a quick detour to Tennant Creek, working on the basis that it's about 24 k's from the Berkeley Highway turnoff out of our way, but the fuel is considerably cheaper there. So although it's added 48 k's to our journey, the amount that we've saved on filling up the tank, which was about 100 litres, outweighs the 48 k's that we've had to put out. So we're slightly better off. And unfortunately, when the fuel costs here can be quite different, can't they?
Yeah,
from one spot to the other. You do have to do that if you want to try and be cost effective. So it added a little bit of time, but not too much, and it's a nice easy road. So we're just about to hit the Berkeley Highway. We're about 9 k's away, and then we'll be heading towards Queensland. Alright, we've got a new twist to the journey, which is I've got an engine management light come up on the Ranger now, which could be a million different problems. Car's still driving okay. So when we stop, I've got a scan tool with me. We'll plug in and see if we can find out what's going on with it. It's a powertrain fault, so as I say, it doesn't appear to be affecting the vehicle. It's not like we're pushing too hard today, pulling along at 95, the coolant temperature is only 82 degrees. Pretty easy going, but yeah, we'll find out what the issue is. So I've got an Autofix 9150, which is so it's a professional scan tool, so it's a semi-professional scan tool.
So what's it doing?
It's scanning the entire system.
And what if it's in red?
The only one we've got at the moment is image processing, power steering control. It'll give us a rundown when it's finished. So this one is very different to your cheap scanners that you get from super cheap autos. This will do all of the computers. Okay, so we've got a few in there. The one that's the interesting one is the transmission control module.
What's it say? I can't read it.
Transmission over temperature condition.
Okay.
So transmission has got too hot.
Okay, so we need to give it a break then.
So we can
It's
erase.
handy, we're at a homestead, we can have a drink.
Head east toward 66, then turn right onto National Highway 66.
Okay, all cleared.
Excellent.
Alright, so this was a pretty long, sustained uphill pull to get here. Even though it was fairly shallow, it was all uphill. And it does go to show that a scan tool nowadays is probably as important as a spare wheel. Modern cars have a lot of electronics on them. If I didn't have the scan tool, I'd have that light on all the time, which would mean I wouldn't know if the temperature got up again on the transmission. Obviously, our car and van are relatively large, and pulling it for the last 100 k's uphill is what caused that light to come up. Alright, so we've been to the Berkeley homestead, had a cup of tea, Ty's had a coffee, and we're going to hit the road again. So I guess
about 100k up the road.
Yeah. Alright, we're back to the flies. We've stopped here for the night. This is just about 25 k's up the road from the Berkeley homestead. Transmission overheated again. Relentless drive uphill to get here. I put the scan tool on. We were reading about 140 degrees temperature on the transmission, which is miles too high. So erred on the side of caution, we've stopped. It's not the most beautiful place, but it is what it is. We're keeping our fingers crossed that tomorrow morning all is well, but we don't know at this stage. I've checked the transmission now, it has dropped. I'm hoping it's not the thermostat in the gearbox that's playing up, but we won't know until tomorrow. It's been a pretty relentless haul uphill, and probably 200 k's of it. So I'm now going to keep the scan tool attached to the car so that I can see the transmission temperature as we drive, just to be on the safe side. Car's still driving fine, transmission's still behaving itself. There's no smells or any signs of a problem, but you know, you can't ignore these things. The prime reason why you should be carrying a scan tool with you if you're doing a trip like this, so you can actually see what the issue is. Other than that, I would have just had a spanner up on the dashboard, would never have known, and a good chance it would have ended up with us on the back of a tow truck and a new gearbox. Okay. Here's the beautiful area that we found ourselves in for today. It's pretty horrible. It's way off the road. I don't think we're going to have any problems with people driving up here, because the track itself looks like no one's been up it for about 10 years. I mean, look at it. It's very overgrown. Very overgrown. And it just brings you up here to this radio tower. I've opened the bonnet of the car just to allow it to cool off. Don't want the risk of any rats or mice getting in there and eating the electrics, so allow it time to cool off, and we'll see where we go tomorrow. But it looks like this is us for the night. So we've today been pretty much a day from hell. I've decided I'm gonna drown my sorrows a little, so we got a fire which is just here behind us, just keeping most of the flies at bay. Barbecue's going. Basically 2 big steaks on there. And a can of Jameson's dry and lime up your bum. Keeping our fingers crossed on the car. all will be well. It's a Ranger, I'm sure it'll be fine, but yeah, it is what it is. So getting ready for a sunset, which could be quite a nice one. This monstrosity right in front of us. Tiny's got some chips going in the oven.
I'll make it alone when love is gone. Still, you made your mark here in my heart. One day I'll fly away, leave your love to yesterday. What more can your love do for me? When will love be through with me? I follow the night, can't stand the light. When will I begin my life again? One day I'll fly away, leave your love to yesterday. What more can your love do for me? When will love be through with me? Yeah. Why live life from dream to dream and dread the day when dreaming ends? One day I'll fly away, leave your love to yesterday. What more can your love do for me? When will love be through with me? Yeah. Why live life from dream to dream and dread the day when dreaming ends? La da 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 One day I'll fly away. I'll fly away.
Good morning, everyone. Today is a bit of a stressful day. We have transmission issues, so we're setting off early to try and see if we can get up the hill of the Berkeley Highway to before the day gets too hot, and then we can go at our own pace rather than at someone else's pace. So I guess this is a case, is this the end of our trip, or do we carry on going? Only time will tell. Stay tuned.